Guy and Jinny return to London, where all the girls are waiting for them, since Seadown is the only person who could have kidnapped baby Freddie. Richard and Theo have already begun searching for Seadown's hiding place, but they haven't found him yet. In the meantime, Nan sets up a meeting with a renowned journalist in an attempt to sway the story in Jinny's favor. According to the documents, she fled with Seadown's child and was described as a disturbed woman. Given that the law is already against her, it is obvious that she will be imprisoned if discovered. After giving Jinny a chance to explain her side of the story during the interview, the newspaper's headline the next morning disparages Seadown and portrays Jinny as the mother who only wants her son and to be free of her violent husband. The women are unaware that Seadown has also read the paper. Since he is hiding in his aunt's home, he doesn't have to worry about anyone finding him there because the woman is already a little known in society. Hector has also become hostile toward Lizzie as a result of being abandoned at the altar, and their next encounter occurs when Nan calls for assistance. He directs her to a man who can assist her in pushing the bill because she wants him to do it as quickly as possible. Theo embraces Guy with open arms, and the two men make amends. Given that he is currently seeing someone else, it appears that Theo has come to terms with Nan's love for Guy. The old friends discuss what went wrong, and while Theo acknowledges that he and Nan share some of the blame, he also praises Guy for giving up everything to keep Jinny safe and for treating Freddie like his own son. In the meantime, Lizzie and Theo have a brief chat in which she laments that everyone is pitying her because the wedding was cancelled, and he describes how painful it is to be close to her but unable to be with her. Nan and Guy are in a similar predicament. She is pleased that Guy is back, but her top priorities are getting her son Jinny back and being permanently out of Seadown. She expresses gratitude to him for taking Jinny home and supporting her during this entire period. But the specter of their previous exchange also looms over them, and finally Guy apologizes to her for his offensive remarks and for making her feel bad for helping her sister instead of fleeing with him. Nan acknowledges this and promises to fight for him in the same way that she is fighting for Jinny. With pleasure, he consents to fight for her as well. Jinny gives in to Seadown's horrible plans. Nan learns from Hector that a powerful parliamentarian will be attending the opera that night. Although he acknowledges that it wouldn't be so simple, even with the lawmaker on board, he urges her to go there and convince him to expedite the measure for women's rights. But since there isn't much else to do, Nan goes to the opera with Conchita, Lizzie, and Mabel. Seadown, in the meantime, persuades his mother to speak with Jinny and arrange for her to accompany him to the opera. As Jinny learns of it, she and Guy head straight to the opera. She rushes straight to Seadown, who begins acting as though she is attacking him, rather than meeting Nan and the daughters. As it happens, this was his original plan. He chose to portray Jinny as insane once more, this time in public, after reading the newspaper piece that supported her. He makes it appear as though she is assaulting him as he cries out for assistance as a distraught Jinny begs him about Freddie. At the end, Jinny gives him a face smack before two men drag him away. Jinny has already been tossed in a carriage and sent to an asylum before Nan, Guy, and the girls can reach them. Since her husband is the sole authority in this case, Jinny's cries in the asylum are ignored. She alternates between sobbing for assistance, acting out and hurling furniture, and being silent and starving. Nan is informed that the patient's husband has not given his approval for anyone to meet her when she attempts to do so. Jinny had given up by the time Nan returns with a court order that permits her to see her sister. After she has calmed down, Seadown lets her see Freddie outside the window, and she comes to terms with the fact that she had been ill but is now prepared to return home. The rescue of Jinny ends in a tragic death. Finding Seadown is the main priority now that Jinny is gone. Richard considers how far his brother has fallen and what that says about him as the older brother in light of all this trouble. His mother remarks that the younger one had always been a little different, but Conchita reassures him that it is unfair for him to draw comparisons between his brother's wicked deeds. She says that the only person he ever wished to impress was Richard, whom he had always admired. Seadown made the decision to wed a wealthy American because Richard had already done so. She tells Jinny and Freddie exactly where Seadown is at the end of the talk. While Richard and Honoria choose to visit their brother, Seadown tries to restore Jinny to their former selves. She informs him that she will never love him, even though she publicly consents to be his wife. This makes him angry again, and he locks her in her room. Seadown is both pleased and startled to see Richard and Honoria when they get to the house. The two behave as naturally as they can, and Honoria locates Freddie and sneaks off with him while Richard talks to him.